Hello, welcome to Dissident Canada. My name is Tyler. Lots of things happening in the world this week, lots of topics to choose from, but I feel like going back to the well that has been dug many times before because it's been around for a decade. That being Russiagate, which now has come back because Tulsi, again, one of the best picks that President Trump has made for his cabinet. All credit to Tulsi, gets a whole shit ton of respect from me because she's actually doing shit, and that's great. Has made a criminal referral to the people that have been publicly named in the Russiagate. Barack Obama, Podesta in there. I can't remember everybody that's fucking involved. This is 10 years of nonsense going on. Anyways, people somehow think that Obama's going to be arrested, or a grand jury will be called for Obama, or an indictment. I'm sorry, I've been down this road, not just with Russiagate. Robert Mueller went down this fucking road. Comey, I think, went down this road too in his investigation too. We've been down this road, and so far there's no indications that anything is different. The only thing that's different is that Tulsi Gabbard has come out and said, yo, this is a seditious conspiracy, and I am criminally referring it to the DOJ. The DOJ that is still hopelessly corrupt. And has Pam Blondie at the head of it. The lady who came out with phase 1 photo op of the Epstein files, and then said the Epstein files were on her desk, and then said the Epstein files don't exist. You'll never get them because they don't exist. Or if they do exist, they're hopelessly been mismanaged, so the truth will never come out. Pam Blondie, the same lady who fired Maureen Comey only after she finished the Diddy cover-up in the Diddy case. Pam Blondie, the same lady who is not repealing any of the Department of Justice's standing mandates for legal cases from the Biden era. Saying she continually arguing in court in the Brooke Jackson case that the Brooke Jackson case can't go forward because the COVID policy hasn't changed substantially between Biden and Trump, when it really has. So, no, that can't go forward because, Blondie's got to protect Pfizer. Isn't going after the, Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture, who is criminally harassing on against his constitutional rights, the farmer Amos Miller, Amish farmer, by the way. Whole host of shit. Just because the one of the few people in Trump's camp came out and did a good thing, you now think the most horribly corrupt department, at least in the modern era, the DOJ is hopelessly corrupt. Just destroy it and rebuild it. Let's be real. Is gonna do the right thing? You actually think Bondi is capable of running an investigation of that size and scope and not cocking it up? And I'm not even gonna go into the the whole conspiracy thing of like, hey, she's protecting the deep state. She's totally involved with the deep state. You can take that angle. I'm not. I'm going straight up to the fact of what she did with Epstein. She is hopelessly incompetent, and she proves that every fucking day at this point. Like, to the best of my knowledge, she spent more time on Fox News doing interviews than doing her damn job. Okay? I get that you need to do PR. I have argued that for, over a year now, that you can get a lot done if you have the right PR. It's not what you say, but how you say it. But when your job is literally to lead the Department of Justice, one of the job titles under you, one of your underlings' job titles is press secretary of the Department of Justice. Fucking let them do that. You unfuck the situation. Like, okay? And if we want to look at other investigations in which, Obama probably should have been indicted if not convicted, there was his personal chef that somehow miraculously died in 2 feet of water. A guy who supposedly, according to friends and family, is a fairly strong swimmer. Come on now. Or let's go back even farther. Let's go say 11, no, it's more than 11 years now. It's 14 years, something like that. I mean, we could go to the Arab Spring, or we could go to, I guess, was Libya part of the Arab Spring? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? But whatever, remember the Benghazi attack? I have talked about this on Rumble of how, why that attack took place is because the CIA was using the consulate as a front to smuggle in weapons and arms to sell to the Syrian rebels who were, Islamic extremists. I think that was Al-Qaeda. No, it was... Jesus, I can't remember who they were fucking selling the guns to. They were selling it to either the Sunni or Shia faction of Islamic terrorists, and then in Libya, the other faction that, because the two do not agree on anything and violently disagree, they came out and said, hey, you bastards, stop selling to the guys we hate, or else, and guess what happened? The or else. And then, okay, because it would have been hopelessly embarrassing had it come out, every special operations operator in the area who could see through their, intelligence apparatuses what was going on, that was like, yo, send us in, we're ready to go. I've heard the stories of the SEAL teams that were ready to go, the Green Berets that were ready to go. I heard, not directly from anybody that was in Delta, because they're notoriously tight-lipped, but one of the dudes who was, let's say, around the Delta boys at that time in the area was like, yo, they were ready, willing, and able to go. There were Marines, there were Rangers, there was Air Force pilots wanting to drop bombs, there was Navy pilots wanting to drop bombs. The entire U.S. military in that sector was like, yo, we's gonna get our boys out. We don't leave no one behind. It does not matter what the odds are. And yet, Clinton and Obama, who, again, standard operating procedure of when this type of shit goes down is they are immediately informed, did nothing. Okay? Forget the arms trafficking. They let an American ambassador Okay? And then American CIA contractors who were formerly special forces of all varieties die because it was too embarrassing to admit what the fuck they were doing in the area and how big of a colossal screw up it was because, oh, hey, the CIA guy that was there had been screaming for months, dude, the terrorists in this in the country, in the city we are currently doing this shit are pissed. They are going to kill us. We need to do something. Like GTFO. Well, of course he was, not listened to. And by the way, I'd just like to point this out. The ambassador, from everything I can find, was actually kind of a cool dude. Alright? Little bit of a nutter. And I say that because he plays a game called EVE Online. And if you don't understand what EVE Online is, probably don't go look into it. It's like the craziest game. Like, for years there was really no like graphical user interface of that game. It was called the spreadsheet game. It's a space simulation game with multiple people all over the world where they can all interact around. Okay, it's the game that if you pay attention to like video game headlines, like every say year or so, there's a headline saying, "Yo, there was this big battle." And like millions of dollars of real, or the equivalent of millions of real dollars, was lost in this battle. And this is how it happened. And this is the craziest shit that's ever happened in a video game. That's that game. He was actually an ambassador in that game and used it as a recruiting front for people who could go into diplomacy because they had the disposition to do it. So like, weird way to recruit, but like the US Army built a video game to recruit kids. The CIA has offices on multiple campuses world round to recruit assets. So one of them being MIT, Harvard, Stanford, just to name a few. So like just a dude in his off time being like, "Hey, you helped me negotiate this thing in a video game. You did a really good job. You kind of understand the basics of diplomacy. Why don't you check out a job at the State Department? It's kind of awesome there." Like, as ways to recruit people, it's not the dumbest. But anyways, if I can get back onto topic, like, maybe this goes differently, but like, what has happened in the last few months that makes anybody believe that AI video of Obama getting arrested at the White House could even potentially happen? Like, Trump the other day, all right, on Truth Social was, how do I put this? Sucking off and masturbatorily pimping out Mark Levin's new book that he wrote. Like, if you're out there pimping for Levin and making it seem like he's a good guy, you have lost the plot. Mark Levin is the boomer con of neocons. Like, at least in the public's facing propaganda arm. Like, he was out there, if I want to get real graphic about it, like, you could see when he saw that one Truth Social post of Trump implying that that regime change in Iran was going to happen. Like, you could see in Mark Levin's eyes that under the desk he was going at it, being like, "Yes, come on, I'm almost there." Like, the guy is a war whore like no other. Okay? So, there's that. I mean, there's also the whole insulting your base because they want to hold you accountable to what you said you would do about the Epstein files? Come on now. Insulting your base like that? They will never vote for you. Or there's a percentage now that is just fucking done with you because you're an asshole. Then there's Iran, there's Ukraine, and then there's other shit. Like, Trump has been, like, conceding massive wins to the deep state. At what point do we really think that a actual investigation that is going to go anywhere is going to happen? Now, there's theories out there that the way the Epstein stuff was specifically handled and was built up, specifically in the media, was designed to neuter what Tulsi Gabbard did. Sure, fine. That's probably one of their plans. They do dumb shit like that. There's not the plan, there's all the plans. Most of them fail hilariously. Like the Trump, supposed, allegedly Trump letter to Epstein on his 50th birthday, where people have likely figured out who actually wrote it, and it's not Trump. The language would seem to suggest that it was Maxwell. So, there's that. Like, maybe I'm just being too cynical and thinking, that, like, at this point, there's no repercussions for the deep state. Oh no, I don't exactly think that, because, like, the dismantling or the partial dismantling of USAID, massive blow to the deep state. The stuff going on with trade, massive blow to the deep state. The crypto legislation, massive blow to the deep state. Specifically what Trump is trying to do with stablecoins, massive blow, because that will cement power of the euro dollar for like decades and decades to come. But that is another video that I'm thinking through everything, and there's a lot of shit to go on in that video. Anyways, like, yeah, I might be a little bit cynical at this point, thinking nothing's going to come of this. But then again, I look at the people involved, and it's like, well, the only one that is trustworthy is Tulsi, and she can't arrest nobody. She can't indict anybody. She can't charge nobody. She can't whack these people. What justice are we going to get? And by we, I don't mean me specifically, because, like, the Obama thing did not affect me. I mean, Canada's probably involved. Don't get me wrong. We're probably involved somewhere in this bullshit. But, like, this is the thing that should have happened almost 6 months ago when Trump was sworn in. Or is it 6 months ago now? Oh, God. Time flies. Anyways, like, this is the type of shit that should have been, maybe not day one, but, like, definitely week 2. First week is, hey, we're going to find all the bad people in the DOJ, lock them out, arrest them, and throw them either in jail or on the street. But instead, we got all these games, Trump got distracted, and now we end up here, all right? And instead of the deep state being in a fairly weak position, now, don't get me wrong, they have been weakened. Act Blue, this year alone, all right, has had donations of like $800 million. And if you don't understand what that PAC or Political Action Committee can and will do with that money, just think about this. That's $1 billion from Democrat donors there to maintain the status quo and or destroy the Trump administration. That's where that money's going to go. Now, if you haven't been watching what James O'Keefe has uncovered about Act Blue, highly suggest you go find those videos on O'Keefe Media Group and watch it, because you will see the source of funding is shady as fuck, and two, you will see kind of where that money goes, and you'll be like, oh, this could get real fucking bad real fast. Want to know where all that money comes from for protesting? I mean, it's not directly. There's layers of, hey, we're going to give to this, and then through there, that. That's how that shit goes. I mean, there's also the USAID, so that's kind of cut off. But, like, if Trump doesn't get results, like, I don't know, the whispers of grand jury, being called and so on and so forth by, let's say, as late as this time next year, those $800 million, which will probably be over $1 billion by next year, well over $1 billion, will be used to destroy Trump's presidency in the midterms. Because again, because of Trump listening to the wrong people, all right? And don't get me wrong, like, Trump absolutely listens to his base. It's just, as the president, he's kind of isolated, and he's not interacting with his base on a daily basis. So he's so isolated. He has no freaking clue how he is misstepping, and he's surrounded himself by, the Mark Levins and Lindsey Grahams, instead of listening to the 3 fucking people that are publicly known, or, well, 4, that he picked, that are in his administration, that aren't pieces of shit. Like, listen to Tulsi, listen to RFK, listen to your vice president, and listen to Pete Hegseth. You listen to those 4, and you won't fuck up as much, as badly. And for the love of Christ, I have been saying this for months now. Hire someone whose job is to communicate to the president what the base is thinking and what each sector of the base is thinking about him and about the things he's done and said. Like, you don't have to hire Steve Bannon back. I think you should. You owe him. He went to jail for you. But I guess the only thing we can do is wait and see what happens with this criminal referral. Again, I think you'll get long investigation to bury it. I think part of the reason why Trump's playing it up is because it helps kind of hide the Epstein stank, at least from the ongoing media onslaught that Trump is dealing with. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yep. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to talk about, I think the video will be about Bibi, because some crazy shit is about to go down. As I said, Bibi is rearming. He restarted up engaging in Syria only after the publicly announced trial of Bibi sometime in September, starting up again, happened. And today he got some arms shipments from I can't remember, but there was some definite arms shipments as of recording this is Tuesday. So Thursday I'm going to talk about that, why that's going to probably sink Trump's presidency, like just cement it, because I don't see Trump not getting involved in what Bibi's about to do. And what if it's like a small involvement by Trump, BB's going to push further and further and further. Like, you have to let him sink. But again, that's tomorrow's video. Until then, have a good day. I will see you in the next video talking about BB and him going off the goddamn rails.